is going to be fun.
My name is Tim Story. I'm the director of the Fantastic Four. It's probably one of the comic books that's closest to my heart in the sense that they're real people. They're this family that bicker and argue, but at the same time, they love being around one another. Dr. Doom was probably the greatest comic book villain of all time and started all the visuals of Darth Vader and everybody else you know of. We want to stay very true to what the comic book was, and I think it is the comic book of all comic books. It started the whole Marvel thing. We're gonna give it its due diligence, give it its due credit, and hopefully make you happy. So let me show you a few things around here, and come this way. There are a lot of comic book movies coming, a lot of comic book characters coming, but there's only a few that are like you gotta have this movie made, you know, and this is one of those that you have to make this movie.
This is an origin story. This is how the Fantastic Four come together, how they get their powers.
The scene on the bridge is the first time we all demonstrate our abilities.
Chaos ensues on the Brooklyn Bridge, and we utilize our powers for the first time to save the public.
The Brooklyn Bridge. It's one of those huge, bigger-than-life movie scenes. And I can't tell you, 16 days on this bridge between us and Second Unit to fill what's probably going to amount to 3 minutes in this movie. That's when, you know when you're in a big movie when column, and that's the Brooklyn Bridge scene.
Action! Sarah! No, it's okay. Fire! Schmuck.
It's funny, when we first saw the script, I tried to talk the studio out of it and said, you don't want to do a bridge. It's too expensive, it's too complicated, and you certainly don't want it during the day. So if you do it at all, we should do it at night, because then you only see what you light, and we can use backings, do the stage, and do all that. Nah, they didn't like it at night. This movie's up. It's more of a daylight movie. We should do that stuff. We called the Brooklyn Bridge folks, and they're not going to shut it down for us. We went there, we looked at it and measured and scratched our heads and said, this is going to be costly and hard to do. We figured out, with the combination of shooting aerial photography in New York, of building 200 feet of the bridge, surrounding it with blue screen, doing aerial work at our set on the parking lot, we can cobble that together and make you believe that you're on top of the Brooklyn Bridge, 150, 200 feet above the water, and this event takes place there.
Like to do one more?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay.
I'm feeling it's just resisting before I actually get finished.
Right. Give him another few inches if that's what he's okay with.
Oh, totally.
Right now you kind of land a little fairyish. You know what I'm saying? In your landing, you're a little light in the toes.
That just gets my dog going.
I know it does, damn it. Get mad at me. So come down, boom! And you stuck that thing. This bridge should shake when you hit the deck. So think that in your body posture when you hit.
Today we're downtown Vancouver. We're out on basically a parking lot that the company hired to put up the Brooklyn Bridge. What we've done here is build a section of that bridge, which will eventually be put into using visual effects to represent a section of that bridge, giving the illusion that we're right in the heart of Brooklyn.
We built an enormous blue screen to surround this set. On all sides we had blue screens mounted on trucks that could be driven around to kind of block in, to fill in holes. We also were shooting on a very wide range of weather, from very bright sunny days to almost torrential rain. So as far as the sequence is concerned, we needed to find a way to average that out so that the sequence felt like it was all happening within the same period of time. The whole freeway was basically built in the parking lot, so that the vehicles could drive through the bridge at speed, then circulate back around again, and then drive through again.
Brian Smers and I had art department build us a little cardboard Brooklyn Bridge, and I remember Brian Smers and I were with little matchbox cars, and Brian had just gotten a little lipstick camera for his video. So we were actually moving little matchbox cars on this little set piece, trying to figure it out, and we had little helicopters flying around the background like it was the news crew, and kind of got the concept of how and what was going to happen.
So John, just go through with us exactly what's going to happen here, please. With
Right, like on the rehearsal, Gerald's coming up, throwing a 90, sliding that right into camera. Ryan's coming in. Again, Ryan, you can't be too close to him, right?
Yep.
We shouldn't have him hit and then you hit. It's boom, that quick.
Yep.
The quicker the better, correct?
Yep.
What have we got? 6, 8 guys ready to go? Cars ready to go, right? Yep. Yeah. We got a 6-up going on now, son. Man, that's a handful. All the Canadian stunt guys basically had one shot at bringing 6 or 8 cars in at a time for different waves as we created this thing after the thing had smashed the truck, and we had pile up and pile up. And I gotta tell you, all these guys hit their mark right away the first time. Dane Farwell had a pipe ramp, a taxi to the motorhome, and he came over and right through the deal and just ended right in the trunk of another taxi upside down. So it worked out pretty good.
Got it.
Effects crew were on top of everything. You know, to me, somebody should leave work the way they come to work. Maybe a little extra bang or something, that's just the nature of the stunt business. But I've always really strived to just, let's make this look good, let's make this right, let's make this safe. And if we've got to stop for a minute, tweak a little something, move it, then that's what we do.
Hooking the cable onto the harness. This wire goes to a device that pulls him and lifts him up and over the car and lets him back down.
Okay, here we go. Let's go hold the effect. Okay, we're ready! Okay, here we go. Ready! And action! Cut down.
John has a stunt double for our actor who's going to start in front of this van here. Underneath this van we have 2 propane poppers rigged, which are very controlled explosive. We detonate a 1-pound propane bottle. It's very safe. Andy and our stunt guy on action, he starts his run, Andy blows up this van. Andy has another propane popper to set off right in here in this foreground. He's still running. By the time he's here, this is our nitrogen taxi. It has 2 charges underneath it, and we're going to charge the cannon to lift it hopefully 5, 6, 8 feet in the air and back down on its wheels. Sends his fireball out here. He's here. Andy detonates his last propane popper, which is between these 2 cars, filling up right here, comes to his end mark, and it's over.
Filling the gas tanks so that in the event of an explosion, the car doesn't catch on fire.
What's the liquid?
With water.
Just with water?
Yeah, straight water.
Oh, Johnny's coffee. Keep it warm. Extra warm coffee. Keeping it warm.
What's the gel for? To protect from fire.
Action. Andy, Andy, Colin, play. Andy, Andy. Right? We should have rolled on that.
Action! Susan, no! Get back into the
Ioan, you alright? Yeah. Looked awesome, man.
We blew up a lot of stuff. There were a lot of loud and magnificent explosions, and that's part of the reason why this ended up being shot outdoors, was just because of the massive volumes of gases coming off the explosions.
Action!
That was great, guys. Good job by everybody.
We've got to create the full scope of an action scene on the Brooklyn Bridge and create all of its New York surroundings digitally. So that includes set extensions, bridge extensions. We've got CG water, we've got CG boats, we've got helicopters, we have CG flame, we've got all of the matte paintings, creating the whole look of New York on this bridge based on a 200-foot set shot in Vancouver.
What do you want? Huh? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
The thing I'm most excited about is bringing the character of Ben Grimm to life. You know, I've always been a fan of the Fantastic Four since I was a kid. So, you know, the idea of having an opportunity to bring that sort of cultural icon to life is is a challenge and a daunting task, but a blast at the same time.
I can't take the credit for the way he looks. The artist at the time was Jack Kirby, who created the strip with me. And I said, Jack, I just want you to draw a guy who becomes monstrous in a way, but still lovable. And Jack created the idea of those little bits of, I don't know what they look like, the orange bits of rock or whatever. And of course I had fun with it because I said, let's make them blue-eyed, because I used to love to call them the ever-loving, blue-eyed, bashful thing. And I hear your voice is totally different with the thing.
Yeah, you know, I lower the voice and put on, you know, much more Brooklyn in the sound, you know, for the, you know, because he's the ever-loving thing, right, Yancey?
We are so lucky to have gotten you to play this.
Oh, thank you, sir, so much.
I don't think anybody else could do it this way.
I used to run to the store when I was a kid and get the Fantastic Four every week. And I always said to my big brother, you know, if they ever make a movie of this, I got to play Ben Grimm.
Even when you were a kid?
When I was a kid. Jesus, yeah, because I was an actor since I was a little kid, you know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ah, the glamour of Hollywood. This is what it's all about. Getting in a freezing cold, wet pit in the middle of the night with 60 pounds of latex on. Ah, I made it, Ma. When I met Avi a year and a half ago, the first words I said to him were, I got 2 words for you, Ben Grimm. Sure enough, 6 months later, he called me into his office. And he said, Michael, when I met you, I felt I was looking in the eyes of Ben Grimm.
I said, why don't you come to the office? And he came in, and he brought me this bobblehead that is still on my desk. So every time I bang my knee, I go, ouch, and then I watch him, and he goes like that, you know. And actually, we had to turn heaven and hell to get him because of the shield. Thankfully, it's FX, and Peter Chernin was absolutely terrific, accommodating us and Michael.
There was only one character that I knew right off I wanted to play that role, and that was Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm.
Wait, did I pull up from? What's this? Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Chiklis was just, you know, as he would say.
Right, same count. Yes. 3, 2, 1, action!
Especially the stunt double nowadays, is you've got to do the deal in character. I mean, if you're in a car and you got a helmet and a roll cage, have at it, do whatever. But when you're exposed like that, and you're basically doing what the actor needs to be doing, you need to do it within the character. And Michael's character, the thing is, you know, it's this 2,000-pound guy, this rock guy running around. So it needs to be that way with Michael. It needs to be with all the stunt doubles.
It's a challenging job.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. It's,
I mean, you getting thrown around on cables in this thing, cast out.
It's a whole different element to stunts because it's just the way your whole weight.
Yeah, the weight. You can't balance yourself in the way that you normally used to, and
move an arm through the cable. You know how we're restricted so much.
Right,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, you're trying to lift and spin, and it's
right. You pick your arm up, and it's like being in a Bowflex.
Yeah. So true. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Hey, Dane. Yeah. What about this? What if I could just go boom, and it might look better for film, right?
So this time I'm gonna have to give a little swerve that way, and then just kind of drive it into the last position, just to make it look a bit erratic. Yeah, there's no e-brake.
Well, when I came down and we talked at the beginning of the show, I really wanted to, you know, make sure that I was being you, you know, and that was, you know, I'd practice at home in front of a mirror.
Did a terrific job. Terrific job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Nice evening, ladies. Yeah. You know, can I borrow your car? Then she does hers, and I go, hey, that's all right. Don't need the transmission. Wham.
The car launches quite violently. It will probably fly about 5 to 6 feet in the air at about this point at its apex. It will hit the ground around here, crashing into the camera.
Kaboom!
No, bigger.
Bigger.
Car travels very quick. keep your eyes on it. Thank you.
The first time they ratcheted the car goes over the bus. It's supposed to hit the bus, but angle or pressure or whatever, and the car clips the top of the bus and goes onto the other side. Everybody's fine. We hooked up for take two, but watching the playback again, it just looked funny that Michael had missed the guy, which maybe somebody's going to do normally. You throw in a car, you don't know how much he'd throw a car, and we're thinking Michael should have went like that and went back and grabbed the police car and then thrown another car at him, you know. But the way we had it set up and the cars that were prepared for the shot was just the one car that we ended up using for the bus, so we just stuck with that scenario and went back to just using the one car. And the second time, the effects guys got it right on. So
We gotta go. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Got my Wheaties in me.
Roll on cameras, please. We're rolling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I imagine you will be at the opening, right?
I better be.
You bet. You better be sitting close to me. I want to see your face.
It'll be my proudest moment.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Enough of this crap.
So, boom, once I see you go like that, I'll give it a beat and say, Susan, so she can turn towards you right as you go.
And then you will give a cue for read, right?
And then I will give a cue for read.
Okay.
And then the next cue will be read, and that will be read stretching in front of you. And then Julian, you just kind of stay as you're going, and you can, of course, you let your guard down a little bit when after I say read, because you figure you say read. All righty?
Okay, so
okie doke.
Very descriptive.
Let's shoot it. I used to freaking what's it called? Yeah, I was a champion heel walker of Wichita.
Inglewood.
Yeah, of Inglewood. And I was like, well, it kind of hurts after a while. Okay. All right, here we go. And
Rolling.
All right, so just me and Jessica on the set.
Everybody wants to be a superhero. Everybody wants to be extraordinary. You know, when we're kids, we don't know anything about race. We don't know anything about genders. All we know is that we want to fly off the roof and like tie things around our necks and do extraordinary things.
Jessica, I am your father.
Daddy, I knew you were black!
Damn right.
Okay, all right, let's stand by to do this, guys. Let's do this.
Damn right. All right, here we go. Yeah, right on. So you're right. Background action. Action. And boom.
Looking up some more. Give me a little bit more frantic looking around, you guys. Okay, and now Jessica, you say somebody to your left. Now you see Julian, and he's coming in at you. And your weakening. And now Reed is stretched in front of you. Cool.
Sure, I can come up with something.
The heat is starting to go down. And cut.
Cut there, cut.
Really, to this day, and I tell her all the time, I couldn't see Sue Storm as anybody else. And not to mention, she's not bad to look at, you know.
You ask the kids, and they all go, Jessica, Jessica. So what did you like about Jessica? And they all look at you like, she's hot.
Funny, I can't feel a thing. This is so tight.
I know, right?
It just like,
You're just
it's like matter. Just kind of
That was good how they're all grabbing his boobs right in the beginning.
What's the very first line? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. It's all weather and no leather. I don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means either.
I don't know what it means.
What does it mean?
The Thing. Have you seen him? No. One person has. Well, you know it. Yeah. You know, it's like it's the big rock guy, and so I think that's more of like a whoa, you know, that sort of reaction as opposed to a laugh. And when she says, "What do you call this thing?" and he says, "We call it the Thing." That's funny, I guess. And then the anatomy one is the other joke. Okay.
And the Thing is a joke. They'll point out the joke. You better laugh.
The writing is actually a lot different than what we're used to. Normally, you know, starter guy goes, okay, track's yours, and it's yours for 10 minutes. And you go out and kind of get into a rhythm and you just flow and do whatever you want. Where here, we have to start on a mark. Okay, go. You take off at the ramp, you do your one trick, you come back and you sit for like 15 minutes. Okay, go, and take off and do it. So it's very strange for us. It's real hard to get into a rhythm, and it actually makes the tricks a lot harder, but you know, we're supposedly professionals. We try to be professionals, and we just deal with it.
Break me when I gotta jump. I'm on my start mark. I wait for a guy to give me a cue, and I hit the ramp and do what I think I usually do and try out rock solid. And then I come back and I sit some more and wait for him to tell me to go again. You guys gotta get back.
We're gonna start doing some backflips here soon. I only do it when I have to do it, so I don't like do it every day, and I'm not totally comfortable with it, but you know, when it's time to do it, I just turn the corner and do it. But it is risky, and hopefully they get the shot after a take or two.
It looked really cool because you stalled it out. Like, I've never seen you stall one out. You're all right.
It's good to get that one out of the way. Now I got to take a hand off.
I don't know any professional stunt guys that are gonna get up and do those tricks that these guys they do.
And they were doing these jumps on these big mounds and flipping and doing all kinds of stuff. It was absolutely incredible.
A good bunch of guys.
Motorsports or anything can be dangerous on it, and especially at this top level. Doing backflips and flying 80 feet through the air and letting go of the bike, it's dangerous, but anything can happen.
You know, regardless, we do it anyways because we love it, and you know, if I wasn't doing this, I'd do something else dangerous.
I kind of take everyone against their will and put them, you know, center stage. So I think everyone's a little miffed at me for kind of taking that liberty.
Victor is, from the comic side of things, Victor originally comes from a place called Latveria, which is a place that doesn't exist. It's kind of an Austrian type place. He was, what was he again? He was the son of a Latvian prince, I think it is, and a gypsy mother.
The man is the world's worst villain, but he never did anything illegal.
Never did anything wrong.
All he wanted to do was rule
rule the world.
And if he parked incorrectly or something, he had diplomatic immunity. Right. So I loved him for that reason. Yeah, he's the only villain in comics who was king of his own country with diplomatic immunity. So you are not just your average villain. I want you to be aware of that.
Oh, you know, there was not a moment in time where I thought he was an average villain, trust me.
For me, since Austin Power is very tough to make movies about taking over the world thing, you need like a smaller mission. And what works very well for us with villains in the Marvel Universe, that the story is more personal. So we made some changes to make Dr. Doom a peer member, if you will.
The only bad thing about your role, I hate to say this, and I don't want to depress you or make you feel bad, you don't get the girl.
You know, I got to be honest with you, it is a little
I feel
depressing.
bad about that.
It is a little, actually, I just did a scene where I got out just after the Fantastic Four has done all their things, and you know, this big crowd was there to greet them and all this kind of stuff. And then about an hour later, Victor arrives in his limos. He's totally used to that whole, I'm here and everybody's paying attention to him.
Yes, I know that feeling.
Yes, I'm sure you do. So I get out of the car and everybody's like, can't be bothered, done. I was like, where's the love? Where's the love?
Where's the
love
love?
is dissipated from Victor.
That is funny.
I'm not feeling much love from the group, and I'm wondering if we can warm that up a little.
Well, but it's in the character. They're not supposed to love you. And so what I've told them
part of the movie is that. Nobody gave me the rewrites, man.
Which group
I
is
thought I
that?
was well loved in this movie.
You are, but it's from different. It's from the evil people. They're not here. They only come out at night.
If he wants to shoot reference on this,
I'll kill them all. What?
Do you mind if we shoot reference on this?
What does that mean?
Like the reference balls, do you care?
It's time they use my reference balls.
Wait, we're doing one more of this.
One more and then we'll shoot my balls.
Big balls, small balls, Julian's balls. Whoa, we have a double ball. The balls on Julian is just, first of all, he's one of the funniest guys you ever meet. But what was great about Julian is I met him early on in the casting process, and he came in and sat down with me, and I just remembered him all the time. And we went through our normal casting thing where you meet everybody and their mother, and nobody just stood out like Julian. Julian just gave us this presence.
Excuse me if I savor the moment.
Even he has a little bit of an accent, and that was perfect, because we didn't want to say that Victor was from a specific place. I mean, he is from Liberia, but we didn't want to say that, quote unquote, but we just wanted him to sound non-American.
How come they let you dress this way? I mean, aren't you being villainous somewhere?
Oh no, this is the villain. This is the true villain is always cloaked in something that you would never expect him to be cloaked in.
You haven't become Dr. Doom yet with
No,
all
I'm
this
just
stuff on
starting.
you.
This is just when we came back to Earth after their little space mission.
Not the way to. No, it's not the way to go, and I'm telling you, okay? And then I go, one there. There he goes, running off. And then one there. And I go, why the lightning all the time?
Julian's probably the funniest guy on the set. I mean, he is hilarious, but at the same time, he can switch that and give us this edge. I mean, that's what was great about Julian as well. Through all of the stuff, he always has this edge about him. Even when he's being the nicest and the most charming guy in the world, there's always this little thing where this guy might switch up on me. And he brought that to the role of Victor, because Victor becomes, quote unquote, the greatest villain of all time.
I put a lot of pressure on myself because there is a reputation to uphold. He's the original nemesis. He's the original bad guy. He's the original whatever. You know what I mean? So many characters have come out of that, including, Lucas's comments on the, Darth Vader comes from Dr. Doom. So just to fill those shoes, I felt like it was almost impossible when I started. Obviously, at some point in time, you have to kind of let that go and say, I'll do the best I can, and I'll give it my best shot and whatever I can to fulfill a character. And hopefully people will enjoy it.
Call me Doom.
Dr. Doom takes to wearing a metal mask, and we've been experimenting with different techniques for making his voice sound more scary.
They wanted a mask sound, so we came up with a SCSI drive bay that has some metal reflections inside there, and actually record through the speaker, through the box into the mic. We actually have it hooked up to this one right now, the electrical connector box. If you look over here, you can see the mic sticking right through here. It resonates through the whole box here. We get kind of a nice boxy resonant sound, and there's a couple pillows in there, and we're kind of off axis, and it fills up the mask sound along with these two tracks together.
It just it becomes very believable. It's something that you would hear in nature as opposed to being kind of a concocted thing electronically.
Doom is this steel, just indestructible, and of course Michael Chiklis is the thing. So when these guys are going at it, I mean, it's just maybe two rhinoceroses or just two big indestructible. They can't really hurt each other, but they're just two big entities just coming together. And the cable's loose for seconds, and then tighten up into it, just a little bit, like showing that this guy's backed up enough, and bring it on, you know. Okay. Fuck it, bring it on, and you stop and back tight your cable. So you're not just cutting into a guy just standing perfectly still. Okay. So how's this from here? Just, yeah. Going out the window had to be really exaggerated to where they go out the window and into the pool. I mean, everything was more than just two guys fighting at it, or one guy getting the upper hand on the other. It really wasn't that case. It's just a character-driven fight and how these guys would be in real life as far as indestructible and not feeling any pain.
Action!
Lee is a genius and a joy to work with, is doing a cameo today.
Wait till you see me in costume.
Do you want some more ladies, Stan, or is this enough?
More ladies? The more the better, yes. Shouldn't somebody be doing my nails?
She just did, you missed it.
Well, I have a little cameo in this, and my biggest problem is how do I make the cameo bigger than it really is. Yeah, I have one line to say, something like, welcome back to the Baxter Building, Mr. No, I don't even think I have the word back. Welcome to the Baxter Building, Mr. Richards. Wait till you see how I stretch my role.
Okay.
I'm going to say the words very slow.
That's right,
and
drag it
I'll add
up.
a few.
Milk it, Stan, milk it for all it's worth. It's beautiful.
Hey, you are terrific.
Oh,
Mike,
thank
this
you.
is one of
My
the best
pleasure.
moments meeting you.
Yeah, got the usual and hit him with
That's an extra line. Thank you very much.
Stick with me.
Oh, you're a great man. Now I see why you get the big bucks.
He's incredible, you know. He's I don't know how old he is, but he's just charming. I mean, he's real old school and just a wonderful, wonderful man. And he's really injected a good energy into the set today, and we're sort of very humbled by his presence today.
Just take one step.
Okay, here we go. Action.
Welcome back to the Baxter, Dr. Richards. I've got your usual right here. Good to have you back, sir.
Thank you.
Imagination. That's the thing about Stan Lee that I so loved more than anything, is that even though I was talking to an 81-year-old man, I might as well have been sitting on a fence with a 14-year-old really good buddy of mine. You know, in those formative years when everything in the world is new and nothing could be wrong, and all you can do is like dream and imagine.
I'm scaring you? Oh man, is this going to get a place of honor in my wall? Let me tell you.
He's this totally gregarious sweetheart of a guy, and you know, just fascinated to listen to the way that, you know, we had a chat about the character and all that kind of stuff, and what an honor. I mean, truly, and really, I've been so excited since I got on set, because he was here as soon as I got here. I've been kind of bubbling since, so it's ridiculous.
You know, if we do this much more, they're going to call this movie Willie Lumpkin and the Fantastic Four. Welcome back to the Baxter, Dr. Richards. I've got the usual for you. Wow, there you are. Good to have you back, sir.
Are all these for me, Willie?
Yes, sir, every one of them. I guess you're pretty popular.
Well, yes. What are they, bills?
Well, I hope not. I hope not. I'm sure they're all fan letters.
Oh,
anyway,
I'm sure they
so
are.
good to have you
Good
back.
to see you too, Willie.
Take
We must
care.
have the coffee one
Well, I'll probably be leaving because I don't think there's much more I can teach you guys about making movies.
You know,
I'm around to the end.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck.
Thank you, man. What's great about these characters, and that's why you hope you're able to come back and do another, is because you start to figure out things that the comic book didn't take advantage of. And you go, you know, there's just ideas about how maybe you could do this with them and maybe you could do that with them. So read all the guys. There's some cool stuff that happens with them in the last act.
It's easy to think of wild things to put on the screen, but I think what makes a movie is, do you care about the people? Do you believe in the people? Are you interested in their personal problems? Can you identify and empathize with them? And no matter how far out our plots may be, we try to base them on people who are believable and who are likable and who are interesting, and we want to learn more about them.